Hi, today we are going to see the new story, The Whispering Train of Silver Valley. Let's go to the story. In the quiet mountain town of Silver Valley, winter always arrived with silence. Snow covered the rooftops, pine trees sparkled under moonlight, and smoke curled gently from old stone chimneys. At the edge of the town stood an abandoned railway station. Its wooden benches had faded with time. Wildflowers grew between the rusty tracks in summer, and every winter snow buried them once again. No train had stopped there for nearly 50 years. Yet the people of Silver Valley still avoided the station after dark because every year on the night of the first snowfall, something impossible happened at exactly 11:11 p.m. The old station clock, broken and frozen for decades, began to tick. Moments later, a distant whistle echoed through the valley, long, low, lonely. No one knew where the train came from. No one knew where it went. Some people claimed they heard whispers carried by the wind. Others said the voice spoke their names. Children grew up hearing stories about the mysterious train, but no one dared wait for it. No one except 16-year-old Noah. For Noah, the mystery was personal. Years earlier, his grandfather had been the station master. He loved trains, collected old maps, and filled Noah's childhood with stories about courage, kindness, and adventure. Then one winter, his grandfather disappeared without explanation. The only thing he left behind was a silver pocket watch frozen at exactly 11:11. While others accepted the mystery, Noah never stopped searching for answers. On the night of the first snowfall, he wrapped himself in with a thick green coat, placed the pocket watch in his pocket, and walked through the falling snow toward the old station. The platform was empty. The wind whispered through the pine trees. The station clock stood motionless above the entrance. Then suddenly, tick, 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 the hands of the clock began to move. They stood at 11:11 p.m. A cold breeze swept across the platform. Then came the whistle, long, low, lonely. Through the swirling snow, no saw the light approaching. A silver train emerged from the darkness. Its windows glowed warmly like lanterns in the night. Its polished metal reflected the moonlight, and although its wheel moved along the tracks, the train made almost no sound. The train stopped gently in front of No. Its doors opened. No passengers stepped out. No conductors greeted him. Instead, glowing words appeared above the entrance for those searching for what was lost. No's heart raced. Every instinct told him to run, but curiosity pushed him forward. He stepped aboard. Inside, the train was unlike anything he had ever imagined. There were no rows of seats. Instead, each carriage held memories. Photographs floated gently through the air. A letter unfolded themselves. Laughter echoed softly through the corridors. Music from forgotten birthdays differed around him. In one compartment, a woman smiled as she listened to her late mother's favorite song. In another, an elderly man held the image of his childhood home with tears in his eyes. Noah realized that this train carried the memories people thought they had lost. As he walked further, he noticed a brass sign on a wooden door. That is station master's office. With trembling hands, he turned the handle. Inside stood a familiar desk. A warm lamp glowed softly beside a stack of old railway maps. His grandfather's station master's hands rested neatly on a chair, and in the center of the desk lay a worn leather journal. Noah opened it carefully. Page after page described the strange train. The final entry read, "This train does not travel through places, it travels through memories." No, turn the page. His grandfather had written, "Some people lose their way because they forget the moments that made them who they are. This train helps them remember." Tear filled Noah's eyes. He kept reading. "I choose to stay and become the keeper of lost memories." If you're reading this, it means you were brave enough to follow your heart. Inside the journal was an old photograph. It showed young Noah sitting on his grandfather's shoulder, both of them laughing beside the station clock. On the back, a handwritten message: the memories we share never truly leave us. Noah held the photograph close to his heart. For years, he had believed he had lost his grandfather forever. Now he understood something important: love does not disappear. The people we care about remain with us in our memories, in our stories, and in lessons they leave behind. A whistle sounded through the train. It was time to go. As Snow stepped back onto the snowy platform, he looked over his shoulder one last time. For a moment, he saw his grandfather standing near the window, smiling proudly. Then the doors closed. The silver train disappeared into the falling snow. The station became silent once more. The next morning, the clocks had stopped again. Everything looked exactly as it had before. Everything except one thing. In the nose pocket rested his grandfather's silver watch. This time it was ticking. From that winter onward, the people of Silver Valley no longer feared the mysterious train. Instead, every first snowfall, they gathered at old station to share stories about the people they loved. They brought photographs, they sang old songs. They remembered, and Noah became the keeper of those stories because he learned that some journeys are not about reaching a destination, they are about finding what was never truly lost. From this story, we can learn the people we love never truly leave us. As long as we remember them, share their stories, and carry their lessons forward, their light continues to guide our way. Thank you.